Jane Fraser's taken a much more relaxed approach than many on Wall Street to return to office. Certainly, Citi has taken a more benign approach. Why is that now changing? I read the story this morning on the terminal. It struck me as being a fairly straightforward one. Come back into the office, things are going to work out. Don't come back into the office, and maybe as we go through this process, you are likely to see maybe a reduced pay packet coming your way. That seems logical to me. Is that now where we are?
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned this because for Citigroup, it's still seen as one of the more lax policies on Wall Street. Remember, BlackRock more recently told their employees 4 days a week, please, be in the office. We have a new office in Hudson Yards, and we want you all to be together. It's needed for mentorship. It's needed to do things faster, better, stronger in a tough environment. But listen, for Citigroup, it's still majority of the employees here 3 days a week. And so that is a little less than what you're seeing, for example, over at Goldman Sachs. So even with the lax policy, this is showing you that if you're not complying, there will be consequences. You can't have some people that are complying and others that take the rule a little less seriously. It just shows you, Guy, how much friction there has been in this kind of post-COVID world to get people back into the office, even for policies that are more lax than some of the other banks.
Yeah, I mean, when I read the story, I was like, well, duh. Like, if they want you to do something and then you don't, then you won't get comped in the same way. But is this like music to the ears of people that have New York commercial real estate offices in their portfolio?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's been a really tough time for commercial real estate, and I want to point to the story that's on the Bloomberg terminal and one specific sentence that is just so beautifully written. It's the creeping rot inside commercial real estate is like a dark seam running through the global economy. And, you know, the reality is, if you see CBRE's global economist is telling you that it could take 10 years here for prices to reset in commercial real estate. There's also this reality here that not all commercial real estate is created equal. So even if you have people coming back into the offices, what does that mean for malls? What does that mean for multifamily housing? What does that mean for different cities where downtown Los Angeles may not be seen the same way as Canary Wharf or New York City?
Sonali, do we know what the spread's going to be between those that do come back and those that don't come back when it comes to comp?
When it comes to compensation, you know, it could be pretty meaningful for a couple of reasons here. Because if you think of the derivative effects, if you're sitting next to your boss and your boss is handing you an assignment, then you're on a bigger deal potentially than the guy that didn't come in. And so that's not directly whether you've come to work or not, but you are seeing rewards happening here in different ways. I would also say it's not just coming back into the office. You have all these banks and big financial institutions flying around the world as well. I know there's a lot of money managers, for example, right now in Korea, and they're all staying at the same hotel, and they are all you know, doing business together, and they expect their LPs to be there in person as well as the executives and their deputies as well. So, you know, this is a matter of getting back to work, let alone getting back into the office, given that a lot of these folks are anticipating some tough times ahead.
Yeah, although, you know, I talk to some younger kids and they're like, nah, it's okay. I'm not motivated by money in the same way, so it's very confusing.
Around now too.
Exactly.
How many of them have jobs coming out?
Yeah.